I gotta say, I'm going to do this whole video in English. I wanted to do it in German first, but I met so many nice people in Wales who said, like, what are you doing here? What's your story? And so on. I'm sorry for everyone who doesn't speak English or who hates my English. It's the best I got. I'm sorry.
We've got fans in Magdeburg. And a lot of German guys in it, and girls. From all over Germany.
Grüße Wrexham.
Herzlich willkommen in Wrexham.
Herzlich willkommen in Wrexham.
The beer shit and the food shit.
Auf die Bauern! Auf die Bauern!
Prost!
I'm German, I'm not American. I don't know if that's better or worse.
Jetzt ist ja Wales, also es ist ja nicht wirklich bekannt geworden durch dieses Welcome to Wrexham. Oder ist es so ein Riesenhype?
Unendlich bekannt.
Echt?
Das ist richtig, also die Leute fliegen von Australien nach Wrexham.
Was?
Ja. Ich hatte nämlich Schiss, dass ich da hingehe und die Leute sagen, oh, jetzt kommt wieder so ein Idiot mit einer Kamera und interviewt uns alle.
Ja.
Aber ich hatte das Gefühl, ich war gerade noch so an der Kante.
When Will Ferrell comes to Wrexham, obviously...
Sat in your seat, actually.
Ah, really?
Yeah, sat in your seat, yeah.
Wow. I have to sniff some of it.
Yeah, don't clean.
Every club's the same. You'll always get more fans if you're successful than if you're not successful.
When you love your home, you want to open it up to other people.
Ja, also jetzt kann ich da sagen, ich bin eigentlich Bayern-Fan. Ich weiß ja, aber es ist schon okay,
Ist okay, Thomas. Es ist mehrmals durchgesickert, dass du ein schlechter Mensch bist.
Ich habe auch früher in die Windeln geschissen, aber wir entwickeln uns ja weiter menschlich.
Hi, my name is Thomas. I'm a former comedian. I won the Nightwash Talent Award, which is like one of the biggest awards for young comedians in Germany.
Ich interessiere mich für dein Werk.
That's why we were doing this podcast, because he just won't talk to me otherwise. And I want to know what's going on.
I worked with a lot of people who later became superstars, like Felix Lobrecht, Till Reiners, and of course Hazel Brugger, who is now my wife. Ding, ding, ding.
Lass uns mal hier rüber gehen, weil ich mehr Licht.
Hi, I'm Nadia. I'm the intern for the company, and what I'm doing is so much stuff.
Wo sind die ganzen Hosts und wo ist der Champagne im Backstage?
The story of Welcome to Wrexham is quite simple. Two people buy a soccer team and try to make it successful, and one of them is Ryan Reynolds. What really grabbed my attention about the documentary was not the soccer or the humor or the, Hollywood America aspect of it, but it was just beautifully shot. Like I saw it and I thought, this is how a documentary should look.
He was like really enthusiastic about it. What I think is connecting is like the randomness of both, like how the documentary started, like Ryan and the other guy's name. What's his name? They watched like another documentary about like a football club, right? And then they were saying, oh, right, I want to do something like that as well. This is kind of the same thing as like how Hazel and Thomas are doing it. Like they're watching something, they're like, oh wait, I actually want to do it myself. So I think Thomas watched this documentary and was like, wait, I could actually have done something like that. And that's why I think he actually really liked it.
The first person I talked to was Wayne Jones from the bar The Turf. I was really lucky to talk to him, although he had a lot of work to do. First of all, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
It's so nice for you to do this with me.
No, you're very welcome.
What I found really cool about the documentary is like how captivating it is and how lovely and detailed it is. I mean, I'm a soccer fan, but I can imagine that people who don't really care for soccer can watch this and like it as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's something that your entire family can watch, even if you don't like football. You call it soccer, we call it football. Rob and Ryan call it soccer as well. I think they started to come around to the idea that it's football. So yeah, it's very, like I say, it's a heartwarming tale, isn't it? That the family can sit down and watch. It gets to show what a remarkable town we are and what remarkable people live in this town.
In Germany, and I think of course in the UK as well, like soccer is almost some kind of religion. And people like me, I'm an FC Bayern fan, we are like always a bit frowned upon. Like you're just a fan because they are successful.
Yeah.
How do you think? How's the balance between
people who are just here for the event, for just celebrating like a big party, and people who are there from day one, who really support the club.
With success, I would imagine you get it as a Bayern fan because you pretty much win the league every year. So you got Dortmund supporters, FC Union supporters, probably saying, "Oh, they support Bayern Munich because it's easy to support Bayern Munich because they're successful, etc." Obviously, we're on a much lesser scale than that.
You didn't stand there in the rain.
Absolutely, yeah.
Losing.
Absolutely, yeah. What I can say is that I've stood there in the rain in all weathers, me and thousands of others. And have we lost a certain aspect of that? Possibly, maybe, because although it's just a bigger extended family now, but you could probably, if you went to an away game in Wrexham 4 years ago, I could probably tell you that I could probably name 350 of the 500 people that were there because it was the same people. So would I change that for now? Absolutely not. You get a lot of people that sort of see it as, once the documentary ends, they'll be out of town and they'll be gone, and absolutely not. These guys
think people don't get that it's about survival as well. Like, they don't get how serious the situation is nowadays with sports clubs. It's not like an option. Oh, I can be successful or I can't be successful.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not successful, you're probably gone in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of that comes down to money. And don't forget, before Wrexham were taken over by Rob and Ryan, we were supporter owned. So pretty much every penny we raised was through turnstiles. And then COVID hit, don't forget. So pretty much all of our revenue was, like every club in this UK, was wiped out. The other side of that is because we're a Welsh club playing in an English league, we didn't get any English government support. So, and the Welsh government couldn't afford it. So, listen, I don't want to be too dramatic about it, but if Rob and Ryan hadn't, ridden into town when they did, Wrexham Football Club could very well have, ceased to exist. It was that severe. I find it a little bit disappointing and a little bit, wrong, really, that people that have been going for years now struggle to get tickets. But your Liverpools, your Man Uniteds, your Man Cities, they get to a certain level because they reach out to a wider audience. And we'll always have that charm about us because we're a small team in a small town. But our aim is to become a big team, but still in a small town.
Es ist wahr, ich geb immer noch kein Fick auf die Charts. Drip, drip, Eis glitzert wie Glas. Swagger nice, hier mein Style upper class.
My next interview was with Michael Hett, who sang the famous song It's Always Sunny in Wrexham. But I had still some time because the locations were quite close. So I stayed at the turf and made some beauty shots and pet the dog, drank a coffee and so on. And then I just saw Humphrey Ker standing there. He's like the mastermind behind the whole story. And I just asked him, I'm from Germany, can I make an interview with you? And he said, yeah, of course.
He was sending lots and lots of pictures in the group chat. And even though I was doing all the research, I didn't recognize the people he was taking the pictures with. So I was like, yeah, that's so nice. Who's that? The nicest person I contacted was Michael Hett. He was so nice. Every time when we were on the phone, he would not stop talking, but in a positive sense. He was really great. So shout out.
Yeah, my name's Michael. I play in a local band called the Declan Swans, who were featured quite a lot on the Welcome to Wrexham documentary.
How did you experience the time since the takeover from Rob and Ryan?
It's been unbelievable, to be honest. You can't put it into words because, the town, like a lot of northern towns across England and Wales, well, I'd say every town and city in the country, we're having a bit of bad times, with coming from COVID and especially our high unemployment. We'd been in the press about being like a spice town, a lot of drugs in the town. The football wasn't going too well. We were still maintaining good crowds. We'd be getting 4,000 or 5,000, but because we were fans owned, we just didn't have that money to inject into the club where we could get out this division. Then all of a sudden the owners have come in and the town's completely transformed. At the moment it's just a dead happy place to live. We've always sung Wrexham related songs. We've sung about local characters in the community, people that you see in the pubs, people that you pass in the street. But we've also sung a lot about former Wrexham players. We've sung about previous owners who their songs aren't too. A lot of a lot of swear words in them ones because of what they actually done to the club. So we've been going for years and years, and we as the years have progressed, we've done okay. We've got quite a good following around Wrexham. A lot of pubs like us playing because we can fill the pubs, and it's always a good laugh. It's always a good sing-song. There's never any bother. But since we've done this song and we featured on the documentary, it's just gone. It's just.
Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Come to Wrexham. It's a nice place, and it's good. It's a good night out. You can come and watch some quality bands, a quality football team, drink Wrexham lager, and come across. And you can get flights from Germany to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which is 40 miles away.
Welsh people are so friendly. I did not expect that. I don't know why I had this perception of like Welsh people being like short-minded and like kind of Germanish, but they were actually so friendly and so welcoming.
Das ist echt cool. Also es macht echt Spaß. Die Leute sind alle ultra nett. Also wirklich so so herzzerreißend nett.
Ja, das hört man doch oft von Krisengebieten.
Favourite Ryan Reynolds movie? Oh my goodness me. Probably Van Wilder.
I don't know that one. I think my favorite one is The Waiting. I really like that
Wait.
one.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, Waiting. How did I forget that one? Yeah, that's another good one, yeah.
Thomas, he's like my boss and he's older than me, but I feel like I can talk to him with pop culture about everything. Like I would come to him and be like, hey, have you heard the new, I don't know, Azealia Banks album? He's like, yeah, I actually heard it like a million times already, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh wow, he actually knows more about pop culture than I do, and I'm like 21.
When I was younger, my brother and we were not allowed to watch violent movies, so we spent like all our free time at the video store just watching at the covers of movies and fantasizing about how cool it would be to watch this movie. That started this passion about not only watching movies but talking about movies.
I really liked Puss in Boots 2 recently. That was a really good movie.
You know what? Loads of people have said it's a really good film.
It's really, really good.
My two lads want to watch that, and we're going to take them to see the Super Mario Brothers. I think.
I think that one's going to be good as well.
It's just such a joy for me to find new stories and perspectives and talk with people. I never really go to a museum or read books or stuff like that. I just like go outside and talk with people and hope for the best. That's like my style of getting knowledge.
In 1934, the Gresford-Desaster happened when 266 miners lost their lives. Each of the brick has their name, their addresses, their ages and their jobs on. There were 255 miners still buried down the mine. The 255 bodies they didn't recover. So they only recovered 11 bodies. This building was built in 1913 to train all the rescue miners in each pit around the Wrexham area. We have a picture here of a miner coming back through the tunnel. That picture was taken in 1955. He has his canary, he has his lamp. This is classed as possibly the most oldest rescue dummy in the world. They did rescues in tunnels which were no more than 15 inches tall and that. So it was really, it's not a job I could do. It would freak me out. So.
Und das war die Arbeit. Das haben die jeden Tag gemacht.
Oh mein Gott. Ja, okay, dann ist ja klar, dass die nachher einfach ein Bier trinken wollen, um ein bisschen runterzukommen.
Ja, klar. Also auch diese Ernährung von früher, die ergibt ja einfach Sinn, wenn es darum geht, möglichst billig, möglichst viele Kalorien zu sich zu kriegen. Und sowas wie Bier ist halt einfach ein Arbeitergetränk.
Ist eigentlich so ein Elektrolytgetränk.
Ja.
Every 5 years, Wrexham do a commemorative to the Gresford-Desaster. This is the 75th anniversary. So you've got 75 years there, you've got 85 years on that one. Okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks.
That was it?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Right round now. You've seen it all.
The rescue was such an interesting, warm place. People there were so nice. One guy there, after I interviewed Michael Hett, said, I have a surprise for you. And then he just left and came back with 3 guys and just showed them to me. And I thought, what are those guys doing now? are they going to sing me a song or what? And those guys were German. They were German students from Stuttgart, and one of them took me on a day trip, and they were also super nice.
Also ich fahre jetzt gerade mit dem Julian mit dem Auto. Ja, mega geil, dass es einfach jetzt so geklappt hat, dass du mich mitnimmst hier.
Spontan passieren die besten Sachen.
Ja.
Und Prokrastination ist es natürlich auch ideal.
Was musst du denn gerade machen?
Meine Bachelorarbeit. Gerade Wrexham und Wales ist absolut underrated. Es ist so ein schönes Land, die Leute sind so freundlich. Kulinarisch hat es nicht so viel zu bieten, aber es ist trotzdem ein sehr schöner Urlaubsort.
Ja, ich will ja keine Memme sein. Ich kann es ja immer auf die Technik schieben. Aber ich glaube, ich will nach Hause. Wie alt bist du?
Ich bin 26.
Ah ja, schau, dann bist du fast 10 Jahre jünger als ich. Ich bin ein alter Sack.
Nicht behaupten.
Ich habe noch so einen Krampf bekommen. Wie um meine Aussage zu unterstreichen. Ich bin ein alter Sack. Wahrscheinlich ist das auch das Letzte, was ich sagen werde. Geht's? Ich muss gucken. So. Ich habe das Gefühl, dadurch, dass ich die letzten 2 Tage nur Schweineschnauze gegessen habe, fehlen mir auch so Nährstoffe.
Würdest du denn sagen, wir sollen mal alle zusammen nach Wales?
Auf
Oder
jeden
soll
Fall.
ich mit dir nach Wales? Wollen wir unsere Tochter mitnehmen?
Was bei dir ein Dealbreaker sein könnte, ist, dass das Essen sehr, sehr
glutenfokussiert ist.
Glutenfokussiert und ich sag's wie es ist, fad ist. Also ich habe die deutsche Küche vermisst. Und zwar nicht nur, dass ich so ab und zu mal dran gedacht habe, sondern ich dachte mir so, wann kann ich endlich wieder die Leichen von glücklichen Tieren essen?
I think everyone who has been in the UK already or lives there knows, I'm sorry, how shitty your food is. Like every time when I visited there, I could not eat anything. I'm sorry, it was so bad. Like I know it's like a stereotype, but it actually is like really bad. So yeah, you gotta step your game up. I don't know what went wrong there, but it just sucks. I'm sorry. Please do some cooking lessons. Like, isn't Gordon Ramsay from the UK? Yeah, guys, y'all should learn from him or something, because it just sucks. Like, everything is so bad. But you have, like, other nice traits, so whatever. Who cares about the food?
Was für ein Tag. Ich wollte vorher noch zu Primark gehen, um eine neue Hose zu kaufen, weil ich nur eine Hose dabei habe und nicht damit gerechnet hätte, dass die so dreckig wird. So. Und ich ja nachher noch morgen noch den Humphrey-Interview. Der Primark hatte zu und da das sehr lange dauert, die Hose beim Hotel reinigen zu lassen, gehe ich mal auf Nummer sicher und mach die Hose so irgendwie sauber. Zum Glück habe ich meine Sportsachen dabei, sonst hätte ich heute gar nichts gehabt, was ich anziehen könnte. I was never really a sports person as a kid. Actually, I was kind of nerdy. There was a time when I was quite heavy and I struggle with my weight ever since, especially when I'm not sleeping too well, like right now. Jetzt geht's zum Frühstückstisch. Sport in our family was like considered a waste of time, especially watching sports. I remember when I watched Frankfurt versus Barcelona. My dad called me afterwards and said, I heard you were in Barcelona, what are you doing there? You are throwing your life away.
Wenn du mir in den Mund pinkeln würdest, wäre ich schon von der Pisse besoffen.
Wahrscheinlich.
I watched a lot of basketball when I was a kid. When I was in Australia as an exchange student, I watched the World Cup in 2002. And Germany was going quite far. Oliver Kahn was really good, and everyone kind of liked Germany at the Australian school and was talking to me about it. And I thought, like, when you know stuff about soccer, you can like connect really fast with people.
Ja, Messi ist halt ein Zauberer, Ronaldo ist eine Maschine.
Ja,
und man kann aber sagen, wenn eine Maschine ist eigentlich, also ich finde auch Fleiß fast wichtiger als Talent.
Ich finde es auch.
When I went to Bavaria, to Regensburg, which is a small town, it's about the size of Wrexham. that did really, really bad back then. They were like in the 3rd or 4th league. There were a lot of problems. So everyone in Regensburg watched Bayern Munich. And when you had a Bayern Munich game, it was one big party. And I remember when I did big events in Regensburg, I always had to look if the dates were half or quarterfinals of Champions League games, because when you had an event at a Champions League game from Bayern Munich, you were basically fucked. Everyone was watching Bayern Munich. And I was kind of fortunate because I was on the wave. I started watching them right when the wave started, 2010, when they like had all of those big successes, like went to the Champions League final for 3 times in 4 years, and all those like big stories, like the final at home, which they lost, and then 1 year later they got the triple and everything. It was really cool. And then they, of course, a lot of German Bavarian players 1 year later won the World Cup as well, and met Rihanna and everything.
That's not cool. Don't touch my phone.
Some people call me like not a real fan because I just have fun watching stuff. I mean, I also watch like basketball, and I now watched the Rangers, so ice hockey. I watched the Buccaneers at the Allianz Arena in Munich.
This is Glutton's Big Ben, but it's not big, it's small, and it's not Ben. It's Hans.
Some people say like soccer is pointless, but I mean, isn't everything pointless? Like, isn't life pointless?
Willst du mal Sport machen?
Sometimes I think when you do pointless stuff, you're like celebrating being a human, you know, because being a human is pointless. I mean, there are really important things, education and stuff like that, but apart from that, I mean, if people are not watching sports, what else are they going to do? They're going to pick fights and build atomic bombs and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm more happy when they just watch someone kicking a ball.
Ja, natürlich, das ist sie.
Auf dem Mars, Bro.
Auf dem Mars?
Fußball auf dem Mars.
Thomas has 2 personas. One is like, he's that nerdy, like Star Wars, liking Rick and Morty, whatever kind of guy. But I really can imagine him being with his friends, like his really straight friends, and like drinking beer, watching football, and like making some weird comments you would not say on camera. I can totally see that. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he actually likes football.
Du musst einmal den Boden genau in der Mitte da lecken mit der Zunge und musst 2, 3 Haare auf deiner Zunge sehen, dann kriegst du 20 Pfund.
Ja! Jetzt gleich starte ich den Tag und interview diesen Humphrey. Da bin ich mega gespannt.
Ach cool, sag dem liebe Grüße, schlag dich gut ein, dass wir dann auch mit dem eine Serie machen können.
Ja, ich glaube, der ist echt krass.
Ja. Du hast schon wieder geschubst? Gut, ich muss aufstehen.
Wie viel hat eine Folge Welcome to Wrexham gekostet?
Thank you for doing this, Humphrey Ker. It's such a pleasure.
A pleasure to be interviewed.
What does one episode of Welcome to Wrexham cost?
Oh, blimey. That's a good question. I think it could be as much as $1 million, maybe.
$1 million?
Maybe more.
Is it true that Sunderland Till I Die was an inspiration for
Yes, yeah.
Welcome to Wrexham?
Yeah, absolutely. At the start of lockdown, the COVID lockdown, I sent it to Rob as a lockdown thing to watch. We were all exchanging, oh, you should watch this, you should watch that. I was working in a writer's room for him on a show called Mythic Quest that's on Apple TV. And we thought we were just going to have like 2 weeks off. That was what we were, initially LA, they were like, going to shut down for 2 weeks just to get a grip of this, and then that's it, don't worry. Mm-hmm. So everyone was treating it like 2 weeks holiday, and we were all exchanging, oh, you should read this book, you should watch this TV show, you should see this movie, play this video game. He watched it, and then he texted me back and was like, we should do this, we should buy a soccer team. And I was like, oh yeah, sounds great, thinking it's just something your friend or your boss says, and you're never going to do it, and then we did it.
And now
here
you
we
have
are.
to sit here all year and eat shitty Welsh food.
Welsh food's very good. Don't
You have
listen
to say
us.
that.
It's great food in Wrexham. What we found with people here is that they love the town, they love the team, and they want to share it with people. And I'm sure you will have found going around. I imagine you've been made to feel welcome here, and everybody's been friendly. And one of the things that I'm so thrilled about is that we get lots of Americans, Canadians, Australians. We just met those two people from Scotland outside, come down from Glasgow because they want to come and see what's going on here. And I think being welcoming to people is a good quality wherever you are. And so, Will Ferrell coming is strange. It's unusual for a team like this, but I think lots of people here are really proud that he wants to come here and see Wrexham.
I think the documentary is kind of gateway drug, maybe,
for
people who don't know anything about soccer.
Definitely, and we've had lots of people here who said I never really saw the point, and then I watched that, and now I kind of feel like I get it a bit. What I love about football is that you can score a goal a minute in, and then win 1-0, and that is the main. Everything matters all the way through.
The interview with Humphrey was so nice. He was so cool. After the interview, he went back and contacted some guy, and then he just gave me a ticket, which was really nice.
Ich will hier raus, aber ich darf keinen Alkohol trinken. Dann versuche ich mir jetzt so schnell wie möglich 2 Bier hier reinzuknallen. Watch this.
We have a YouTube channel. We met you.
I saw people doing warm-up and they signed autographs from little children. I've never seen that before.
Our sort of secret weapon this year has been when we come up against teams that are playing a very direct physical form of football, we can compete with them as well.
Yeah, I think in Germany the term is called Drecksack-Mentalität. That's like bastard mentality or something like that.
I like that. Is it
Drecksack-Mentalität?
Drecksack-Mentalität.
When you say that to a German one, they will laugh.
Wrexham was so much fun. I honestly couldn't wait to come back.
Dann bist du nochmal nach Wales gegangen. Das ist jetzt so dein Ding. Andere Leute gehen zum Kiosk, um eine Zigarette zu holen. Du gehst nach Wales.
Ja, also ich war stand jetzt 9 Tage nicht mehr in Wrexham und jetzt juckt schon langsam wieder.
Langsam juckt's wieder in der Leber.
Die Leute konnten es gar nicht glauben, dass ich schon wieder da war. Nee, ich wollte ja eigentlich nur zum Bayern-Spiel, Bayern-Manchester, und war dann aber einen Tag früher da. Und dann habe ich gesehen, da ist ein total wichtiges Spiel am Ostermontag in Wales, in Wrexham. Dann dachte ich mir, ach komm, dann machst du noch mal einen kleinen Abstecher dahin. Bin dann nochmal hingefahren und das hat sich total gelohnt, weil ich dort dann Ryan Reynolds tatsächlich gesehen habe.
It's your opportunity to say something to the German fans.
Okay. I love you all. Germany, Wrexham are gonna win the league.
A message to my wife. She's called Hazel.
I love you. Get rid of him. Hazel, I love you so much. Hazel, me and you can make babies.